So, what's up? I just came back from a job interview, which was or has been the shortest job interview that I have ever been to. My commute going there was much longer than my interview. So I have had my fair share of going to some interviews and landing not a lot. I can practically share like my tips on how you should do or what you should do in job interviews. So let's get this started. Attire. Attire usually depends on the setting of the company, but I highly recommend that you wear something smart casual or corporate. Me being like a fashionista in a way, I usually wear smart casual because I only commute, so culottes or like trousers really help me move around. I usually wear like a button-up shirt or a plain top with like a blazer or like
what do you call it?
a cover-up. Wear shoes that make you feel confident because it's all about the walk. First impression counts. So when you walk to that conference room, you have to have that power. Or whenever you walk to the building, maybe like the person who's gonna interview you is just around the lobby. So them seeing you walk the walk, maybe they'll assume that you can talk the talk. But as long as you're confident on what you're wearing, that can pretty much like just show or give them the vibe that you know what you're doing. Also, wear something comfortable if you're commuting. I'm comfortable with wearing my chunky heels, which is like this tall. I'm pretty much comfortable with walking with that like half the day. So I usually use that, so it's very tattered. Be presentable. If you have hair like mine, it's very thick, sometimes unruly. I usually have it in a half pony or a whole, sometimes a bun. Well, this is just an advice, you don't have to take it. I've been to a lot of interviews where other girls have like their hair down or aren't well kept, but always be presentable. If you look haggard, it's best that you have your hair tied up or just go to the washroom and freshen yourself up, comb that hair down, and just relax, okay? Relax. As much as possible, don't have your hair covering your face. Natural or minimal makeup. Usually, as much as possible, when I go to interviews, I don't go on full on like baked, but I do have like if I have a good skin day, I just have my eyebrows filled in, lipstick and blush. But if I'm having like a bad skin day or I just want to try and look better than I usually do, I just put on like do foundation, a little bit of blush. I don't usually contour, usually in the morning. Of course, nose line, I have to do that. Fill in my eyebrows, lipstick, and that's it. Blush, foundation, brows, nose, and lips. As much as possible, keep it natural so that you'll look friendly enough. And when you get the job, that's when you pull out the big guns. What to bring. You probably saw like what's in my bag job hunt interview edition. If you haven't watched that video, you can click on it later. I'll leave the link to that video down below or in my end card or at the card here or here. I don't know. I always bring my external hard drive or a USB to when I do interviews, because just in case like I have multiple interviews on that same day and I forgot to print out my resume at home, I just have to look for like a printing service or a computer shop and just hand it to them and print it out. That's pretty much the reason why I have my external hard drive with me on every interview, and like, or my USB. Always have your always have your portfolio with you, so that you can just see or show them what you can do. Always bring pens or pencils. Usually bring two, especially ball pens, black ball pens to be specific, because there are a lot of companies that have like credibility or like exams for the positions that you're gonna take, or just like in general for the company. And also download games on your phone. May it be Mobile Legends, PUBG, whatever game that you like to stay calm, always have that around, because it usually takes a long time before it's your turn to be interviewed. So I really suggest that you have something to distract yourself from being stressed or like being angsty. And lastly, talking or decorum. This is how you're supposed to act, or how you should talk when you're being interviewed. One, always be calm. Try to remain calm, because you don't want to stutter a lot, especially if you're like thinking of things to say. Being nervous really blocks up the mind and jumbles out the words that you're saying. I just really talk too fast. That's why a lot of the things that I say is jumbled, which I need to fix. Number two, be honest, but not too honest. What I mean is, you can tell them things that like, oh, how many jobs have you done? Like, oh, what did you do for like the past how many months that you weren't employed? But don't indulge the question. Like, maybe make a lie here and there. Like, for example, you graduated in August and it took you like 6 months before you planned on taking job interviews. Just say like you were resting. Based from my dad, who's a national sales manager, he really recommends, like, if you want to take a break from school to work, usually it's just 3 months, 2 months. So if you're like having it for like 6 months, usually you have to put something in that 6 months, like, oh, you tried learning some stuff, or like you took vocational classes. Tweak that truth a bit. Don't over exaggerate the truth though. Talk in a language you're comfortable with. So if you're comfortable with Tagalog and like your interviewer is talking to you in English, tell them, can I speak in Tagalog? Just ask them if you can speak in Tagalog. But during college, a lot of my teachers say that the edge is in English. I'm mostly comfortable with English, so I talk a lot in English, but then shift to Tagalog, which I really don't recommend talking in Taglish. But if you're comfortable with it, or like the interviewer is talking in Taglish, most probably you can talk in Taglish. They wouldn't mind that. But it's very highly recommended that you talk in one language only. Number 4, be prepared for the worst. That means if they say, we'll call you, that means sorry, thank you, next. But don't worry guys, there's always jobs out there for you. Maybe if you don't have a job, you can start your own business, which I am doing. If you're not following me on Instagram, Twitter, you probably don't know I have my own like bake shop online on Instagram. It's called Kai Bakes. I've been selling just one item only. But I'm planning on having this business safely for like vegans, or people who are lactose intolerant, or has gluten allergies, or who just doesn't want to eat like a lot of animal byproducts on their day-to-day life. So yeah, Kybigs is vegan friendly, cruelty friendly, and gluten free. I'm leaving the links down below. And also back to my pep talk. You guys don't have to worry if you don't have work in a snap. Always take your time, discover something new about yourself, do something that you love, or like try to do something that you were really curious about. Don't always be so hard on yourself, guys. Take risks. We're young. Don't be so down on yourself if you don't have a job. Just keep on going. Keep on dreaming. And yes, that's it. That's the end of the video. If you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. Click the subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel. Share this video with friends, especially if you're a fresh grad or like you're just on your final year of college or university. Yeah, subscribe, like, share, comment. Also, if you have other questions regarding like what you should do on job interviews, what you should bring, or anything else like about career paths, you can always just comment down below. I can comment. I'll reply to your comment as much as I can, and probably there will be other people who can comment also. And I guess that's it. Follow all my social medias down below or here on screen. And yes, see you next time, guys. Cheerio. Bye. Mwah.